Just introduce yourself, please.
Right. I'm James Dyson, and I'm the founder of Dyson, and I'm going to explain to you why we've developed a new technology hand dryer. Now I have here a typical example of an existing hand dryer, and what it does is to blow hot air onto your hands in order to evaporate the water off your hands and turn it into steam, in effect. But actually, boiling water and making steam off your hands requires a lot of energy and a lot of time. So that's why these hand dryers take 30 to 40 seconds to dry your hands, rubbing them under it. Very inefficient hand dryer. What most people end up doing is wiping their hands off their trousers and walking off. And the other is that if people don't dry their hands properly, wet hands or water on your hands, the germs multiply in that, thousands of times every minute. So as you walk away, having not dried your hands properly and touching the doorknobs and everything else you touch, you're picking up germs and passing on germs. So not very healthy at all. And the other thing about these is they take in the air from the room with all the nasties that you might imagine that would have in the laboratory, and they blow it straight back out at you again. So it's not very clean. So we've rethought the hand dryer, and instead of trying to evaporate the water off your hands, we have two blades here, which if you come closer you can see there's a yellow one there and a yellow one there. And there's a very, very narrow gap all the way along the front of that and all the way along the front of that that's 0.3 of a millimetre wide, the thickness of an eyelash. And we're blowing all our air through those slots, and that produces, if you like, between there, two blades of air. And what we're doing is scraping the water off your hands. So as you pull your hands up through that blade, you're scraping the water off your hands like a windshield wiper blade. Literally a piece of rubber scraper scraping it off. And as you might imagine, that's not only very quick and very efficient, but it uses very little energy. So I wet my hands here, I put them in, and the fan goes on, and then I draw my hands out slowly, and they're dry.
But that's a pretty thin gap. Don't germs get on the blades if people touch them?
Well, everything is coated with antimicrobial coatings, so there won't be any germs on the machine at all. And secondly, you don't actually touch it.
And what was the inspiration for this?
Well, we were developing what are called air knives for another application. A very crude example of air knives are in a car wash. That blade that comes down and blows the water off the car.
And you were developing this for what application?
I can't tell you that, that's confidential. But we noticed, picking up one of these blades, we noticed that you could just, as it were, scrape the water off your hands. So we thought, that would make a good hand dryer, because hand dryers work so badly. They're $1,400 and they're available now.
How much does a regular hand dryer cost?
They're sort of $700, that sort of price, and some even more expensive. So we're sort of in the middle. But the running cost is a really interesting thing, because this, on an average installation, this costs $100 a year to run, that costs $400 a year to run, and paper towels cost $1,500 a year to run. So if you're interested in saving the environment and saving electricity costs, you buy this. I hate germs, I hate dirt, although actually I've done quite well out of dirt, but I hate it, yes.
Terrific, thank you.